Welcome back to this course on ACL injury rehabilitation. Week 7, Return to Sport and Sport-Specific Conditioning. Lecture 33, Periodization and Progression Models in Athletic Rehabilitation. We will be seeing in this lecture how to chart the course of your recovery journey. I am Dr. Jarun Shaji from the Department of Sports Medicine, AFMC Pune, and I will be taking you through this course. Coming to the learning objectives of this lecture, you will be able to understand the concept of rehabilitation periodization, linear versus undulating models in return to play, integration with sports science periodization, practical case of periodization plan will be discussed, as well as monitoring and adjustment methods for training load. Let's go in. The concept of rehabilitation periodization. This concept has been borrowed from sports performance training and is the structured manipulation of volume, intensity, and complexity of movement. What is the purpose of periodization in rehabilitation? It prevents plateaus or overuse and overtraining. It aligns the healing biology with your performance demands. It also optimizes neuromuscular control before load or intensity increases. Again, the key principle is emphasized that the rehabilitation is criteria based or goal based and not just time frame based. We have to achieve a specific goal before moving on to the next phase of rehabilitation. So the concept of rehabilitation periodization can be incorporated in ACL rehabilitation, such as in the early phase, the goals are for tissue protection and neuromuscular activation while reducing pain and improving function. In the intermediate phase, we focus on strength, balance and proprioception, and building muscular endurance while maintaining your cardiovascular endurance by cross-training modalities. In the late phase of rehabilitation, sport-specific tasks such as power, agility, and reaction time are practiced. While returning to sport, full integration of physical qualities and psychological readiness is incorporated. Now let's see the difference between linear versus undulating models in periodization. In linear periodization, the progression is from low load or high volume, which has got higher number of repetitions, to high load and low volume with lesser number of repetitions. The benefits are it is simple, structured, and predictable. But the limitation may be it may not match the unpredictable recovery course or the individual variability in the athlete's capabilities. Whereas the undulating or non-linear periodization model is characterized by frequent variation in intensity or volume on a daily or weekly basis. The benefits of this model is that it matches the fluctuating athlete readiness, promotes neuromuscular adaptation, and reduces monotony by introducing variation in the training or rehabilitation schedule. For example, on Mondays, the concentration or focus may be on strength, on Wednesdays for plyometrics, and Fridays for agility training. This is again a comparison between linear and undulating periodization models. The linear periodization is quite simple and structured by progressing on a same linear fashion, whereas the undulating periodization model is flexible and adaptive as per the individual needs of the athlete. Various research studies have shown that undulating periodization is favored in ACL rehabilitation, especially in the intermediate and late phases of rehabilitation. Now coming to integration with sports science. The periodization schedule can be divided broadly into macrocycles, mesocycles, and microcycles. The macrocycle or the long-term goal may encompass the total rehabilitation period, which is usually 6 to 12 months required for ACL recovery. The mesocycle is programmed in medium term with 4 to 6 week blocks focusing on the key goals. The goal may be strength, agility, or power as per the focus during the particular mesocycle. The microcycles are programmed in short term with about a week of training plan and with day-to-day variations. So the rehabilitation periodization plan is done in various macrocycles, mesocycles, and microcycles. And the mesocycles may focus on different motor qualities or tasks depending on the stage of rehabilitation, such as strength, foundation, power and agility development, and sport-specific integration. Let's see a practical case of rehabilitation periodization planning. A male soccer player, 24 weeks post ACL reconstruction, preparing for sports reintegration. For him, the mesocycle 1, for example from weeks 1 to 12, may focus on the strength foundation. The focus is to develop quadriceps and posterior kinetic chain strength, hip stability, and neuromuscular control during this phase. He may utilize 3 strength training days in linear progression and 2 low intensity conditioning sessions for other qualities. During the mesocycle 2, tentatively weeks 12 to 20, the focus will be on power and agility development using bilateral to unilateral plyometrics and various acceleration or deceleration drills. So he may practice strength training on Mondays, plyometrics and core training on Wednesdays, and agility or reaction drills on Fridays. During the mesocycle 3, tentatively from weeks 20 to 24, The sport-specific integration can be done with focus on high-speed running, reactive agility drills, decision making under fatigue, small-sided games, reactive drills using ball. So he may practice plyometric and conditioning on Tuesdays, sport-specific agility drills on Thursdays, and controlled contract drills on Saturdays. Coming to various load monitoring and adjustment methods, the training load or rehabilitation load can be measured using various modalities such as RPE or rating of perceived exertion, session load, and using GPS data with specialized sensors. Also, HRV or heart rate variability, which is the beat to beat variability in the heart rate and utilized for recovery tracking. The movement quality can be assessed using tools such as functional movement screen or FMS and landing error scoring system or video or coach observation. The psychological readiness, as we have already seen, can be measured using ACL return to sport after injury scale. These are my references. Thank you very much and have a great day. Jai Hind.